celebrating 15 years of Young Turks.
Welcome back. You're watching India's longest running show on entrepreneurship, Young Turks. For the fourth consecutive year, Young Turks has partnered with Sheroes, a platform that connects women with economic opportunities and work-life redesign for their annual Tri-City Summit. We brought you all the highlights from Delhi, and as promised, here's what happened at Sheroes Mumbai. Take a look.
Work-life bank balance. The core belief of Sheroes Summit is to connect women with economic opportunities and work-life redesign. Organized every year in Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore as a platform to connect women with businesses and aligning work-life fits, Sheroes Mumbai saw over 300 women participate. We asked founder Sairi Chahal on what's new at Sheroes.
So Sheroes is working on some really exciting projects. One of them is called Mars. It's a managed remote service offering, basically connecting women who work from home with corporates. And that's always been part of our DNA, but now we offer it as a very structured offering. And this year we're going to focus a lot on that.
Sheroes has been instrumental in bringing key trends around changing workplace and opportunities for women to the fore. And this Power Pack panel spoke about how their businesses believe in gender equality.
Air conditioners, I've said we've been for a long time, but then we moved on to televisions and only 2 years back in washing machines. So I was sitting with my creative agency and we were talking to them and we were thinking that how do we break the clutter. And we looked around and everybody's talking about jet wash, smart wash, waterfall wash, more cleaner, more whiter. It's all about this technology. And I said, listen, where am I going to fit here? I don't want to do something which is going to be super white. And we then went a little deeper into the social fabric of India, where washing, cooking, cleaning is all women's department. So all products are unisex, and why should it be male dominated? Why should the male make the choice? So this was a very interesting way of breaking the clutter in this industry, and things like these have actually made Lloyd what Lloyd is. We've got the basics of quality and service, and then brand speak, which is more contemporary, more modern.
Reena, you guys are you're a relatively newer brand in beauty, and tell us a little more about positioning this, what went into putting this together. To me, beauty is about celebrating oneself. It's not about looking good for the man, but about celebrating oneself. And as we do consumer speak, we find women saying things like, "Jab main lipstick lagati hu, to main taiyar ho jati hu." It's me presenting myself, and I think that's what we want to take forward. We're the largest selling private label manufacturer on our own website, apart from having every respectable brand possible on our site. Then we launched another range, and we're the third largest to the fourth largest in that category in the bath and body. I think bath and body is a growing category. I think women like to interact with it. We launched 3 or 4 fragrances across 3 or 4 SKUs. We've done fairly well there, and the idea is that we will build a Nykaa brand of cosmetics, which will come to women like yourself at a with great quality, with great fashion trends, etc.
We also caught up with Shinjini Kumar, CEO Paytm Bank, to know her plans of leading the Payments Bank initiative. Paytm is one of the companies who got the Paytm payment back license from the RBI. When do you plan to launch, and where do things currently stand?
So we think that we will go live in the last quarter of this year for sure. So there's payments, but then there's also savings, right? So women end up making a lot of small savings, which sometimes they don't have the right way to manage. So now we want to create simple bank accounts, which is easy to use, and you can have a greater control over the savings that you have, and you can earn returns on it, right? So that's exciting.
Yeah, sure. A lot of the other companies who got the license have given it back. What gives Paytm the confidence to make it?
So first of all, we have a great product already, right? So you have to. So we have a platform that's already built, and there's a large number of people already on it, and it's a great product. It's already been tested in the market. It's got a lot of integration with a lot of use cases on the spending side. Adding the bank to it and the ability to do financial services actually makes us a better product from what we already are.
UPI launched this week. How how do you plan to integrate with that, and what are the some of the features, if you can take me through, that you plan to roll out?
So it's funny that a lot of the UPI features are already there in the Paytm app, right? So Paytm app is already around, and it already makes easier to pay as well as to transfer money. Person-to-person transfer feature is really very easy. Then we have the QR code based transfers for people that are proximity payment. So there is already a lot of that functionality which is in the app. What UPI does is it also creates ability for people who have bank accounts with other banks to be able to use our app and pull money from it as well.
Now, Paytm has posted a loss of 372 crore rupees in the fiscal ended March 2015 as compared to a profit of over 5 crore rupees the year before. Was it due to the rise in expenditure in advertising and marketing?
So it's not a very blanket way of saying advertising and marketing spends. It is about saying that as a company, we want to make electronic payments all pervasive, and a lot of that requires promotion of very different types. So the company is actually very careful and diligent about where they choose to invest in terms of shaping that behavior.
Amidst many eminent speakers, Venki Mysore, CEO and MD Kolkata Knight Riders, caught our attention as he went on to tell us a fascinating story on how he led to the turnaround of KKR.
The year that I joined, which was 2010, so 2011 was the auction. So they allowed some vested interests within there, we'll not go into that. But instead of saying everyone goes into the auction, they allowed teams to retain 5 players. 4 players. You're allowed to retain 4 and you're supposed to put everybody back. So I said, well, whatever has happened so far hasn't worked. So we've got to do something different. So that something different was, I said, we'll change the whole team. We're not going to get involved with the same team again. So that means we'll not retain anybody, we'll put everybody back. So I flew out straight away. First meeting with Saurabh, who's become a very good friend of mine. So I sat with him and I told him, one of the decisions we made is we're not retaining anybody. He said, I agree with you. You shouldn't retain anybody. So what we should do is we should now start planning for the auction. This is what he was saying. So I said, oh my God, I'm very uncomfortable. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm very uncomfortable with him using the word we, because we're trying to move in a different direction. So it took me a little while to gather my wits about me and then basically say, we want to go in a completely different direction. So that meeting ended rather abruptly, as you can imagine, after that. Because many times we have a tendency to avoid confrontation, bad news, whatever it is. But, you just have to be honest and sit down and say, I'll face the consequences of your reactions, but this is the way it is. So the brand is extremely important for you to build it, and part of what I wanted to achieve was to ring fence KKR and build it as a standalone brand. And the salience of the brand, as you keep building it up, that's when other brands are looking to associate with you because of the synergies. There are 22 brands who work with us. So 10 of them are present on our jerseys. We have 6 on our shirt, 2 on the helmet and 2 on the trousers. So we had to, but there's a limit to that, right? So we had to create other ways of monetizing. So we started creating a new property and we called it non-apparel association. So there are many Calcutta brands who didn't have the budget to have the visibility, but they were not too keen on presence, they were more keen on experience. So we built marketing programs for them on how we could activate for them with the association with KKR.
Well, that was the Mumbai leg of the Sheroes Summit. Another partnership that Young Turks is excited about is the one with Zone Startups India for their next Big Idea contest. Take a look as to what this is all about and how you can participate.
An annual startup competition created by Zone Startups India and the Government of Ontario, Canada, Next Big Idea, currently in its 4th year, presents an opportunity for tech startups from India to tap into the North American market. The contest selects 5 high-tech, high-potential startups at an early stage and soft lands them at DMZ, North America's #1 technology business incubator. The contest winners get access to local mentors, corporate connects and investor connects in Canada.
So one of the reasons why we started this competition about 3 years back is because there was a lot of aspirational value in Indian startups to take their business international and soft land in North America. But not only is it a bit difficult to take your business or get a visa and land up in the US, but the difficulty starts after that. The kind of network that you need to succeed in a local market, it's not just about a place you can call home or a cafeteria you can work out of, but access to network of mentors, advisors, investors, partners. They get to call DMZ, Digital Media Zone, which is in Ryerson University, a place that they can call home in Canada. But most importantly, what we bring to them is access to a network of peers, of entrepreneurs. The programming that we do is very much customized. So each company that we select might be a technology company, but very different industry. And before we take them there, we do a pre-departure in which we understand what are they exactly looking for. Are they looking for mentors? Are they looking for customers, investors? What is it? So based on that, we set up a program which is customized to their requirement. So it's a very bespoke kind of program, the 2 weeks that they spend in Toronto.
With that, it is time for us to wrap up this week's edition of Young Turks. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @ShireenBhan. Till next week, from all of us here, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.
Celebrating 15 years of Young Turks.